One of the best in the ring is going to be a more competitive fight than what people think. But I think Tank's skills is just above these guys.
I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. Obviously, I didn't do enough to win, so I'm gonna make sure we do.
Lamont is done, according to Adrien Broner. After seeing Gervonta Davis's intense training footage, he thinks the fight might seem competitive at first, but believes Tank's skills are far above the rest. Broner feels it won't be a challenge for Gervonta as long as he stays focused and avoids the distractions that affected him in the first fight. In his view, Tank is unbeatable when he's mentally locked in.
I'm pretty sure y'all know whose side I'm on. Of course, I'm with Tank. But I think it's going to be a more... it's going to be a bigger fight than what people think, as far as in the ring. I know it's going to be a big fight to the fans, of course. But in the ring, it's going to be a more competitive fight than what people think. But, I think Tank's skills is just above these guys, man. And plus he got that showstopper. So as long as Tank is 100% straight, focused, man, I don't think he have no problem with him.
Adrien Broner has long been connected to Gervonta Davis's rise in the boxing world. At one point, the two were inseparable, always seen together exchanging advice and keeping each other focused on the sport. But as time passed, their careers naturally branched in different directions. Broner acknowledges that their bond hasn't faded, even if their paths no longer run side by side today. Their relationship reflects mutual respect, with each fighter embracing their own journey while still carrying the bond they once shared so closely.
Like right now, me and Tank, it's weird because he loved me to death. He know I love him to death. But we don't talk every day how we used to. Nigga, it used to be a time where you ain't see me without Tank, or you ain't see Tank without me. But what happened was, I think what happened was, he just like, damn, bro. I feel like he look up to me so much. It's like, I let him down. Cause cause he's somebody that really know like what I can do and how good I am. And it's like, he feel like, man, you tripping.
In a candid reflection, Broner explained the pivotal moment when he stepped back from being Davis's mentor and handed the reins to Floyd Mayweather. He knew he couldn't give Davis the full backing his talent demanded. The infrastructure, financial investment, and exposure that Mayweather could offer were simply beyond what Broner had at the time. It was a selfless move, putting Davis's future first. He didn't let ego get in the way and instead made a strategic decision that helped set Tank on the path to stardom.
I brought him to the gym with an AB shirt on. But I didn't have everything right yet. I didn't. Everything wasn't moving yet. I was a little slow on my feet. So I gave him the floor. And every time we bring it up, Floyd like, thank you, AB. You gave me a good one.
Does that feel like a win for About Billions Promotions as well?
Of course, because at the end of the day, I don't care who promotes Gervonta Davis. I'm still gonna support him. Same way. He's a little brother to me.
Tank been around us since he was like 17, 16. Adrien was already famous on TV and everything. We wrote him on the internet. Twin didn't even know him. Blew him out. Let him live with him.
Yeah. He lived with him?
Yeah.
How much fun was that?
We were fun. I had him in
We was on bullshit.
What? I remember when he was in Cincinnati. He was at the gym, working out with y'all and everything. You had him on what?
He was working out crazy.
I had a little Tank. Don't get me wrong.
Broner continues to refer to Davis as his younger brother despite the massive success Davis has earned in recent years. Even as Gervonta becomes one of the biggest names in boxing, Broner says that the personal connection remains unchanged. Davis still sees Broner as a guiding figure, a big brother who once paved the way, and still supports him from afar. Fame may shift public perception, but their private relationship remains rooted in loyalty and deep personal history.
You my brother, and I see something, I'm gonna call and check up on you, see if everything, or if it ain't right and I feel like you should be over here, I'm gonna let you know. And that's just all it was. That's my baby brother. He called and shit. That's what it was. And now we here.
Is y'all relationship the same in that way? Cause Calvin said that yesterday too. He was like that. There was a point where he was like, when Tank first got around you, he didn't want to leave. He was like, we had to track Tank down. Like, yo, where the fuck is he? Why he don't want to come back? Is it still that same type of energy
Of course.
like with y'all?
Hell yeah.
Because
Hell
is
yeah.
it, I'm just saying, like, now that Tank is like the face of boxing, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes, when a nigga gets some clout and they get some money,
nah.
it's like shit change.
See, one thing about him, why I respect him so much, because even though he's where he at right now in the sport and in the cash cow of the sport right now, he still look at me as big bro. He still look at me as big bro, and he still respect me as big bro, and our relationship.
From Las Vegas comes a new wave of confidence for Davis. The camp is tight, professional, and locked-in observers are impressed by how structured and intense his training has become. Every session reflects careful planning with Davis, working through drills that highlight his improved conditioning, focus, and precision. Those inside the camp say, he looks like a fighter on a mission, not just preparing for another match, but building toward redemption. The atmosphere suggests this isn't just another fight. It's personal. Meanwhile, Lamont Roach has made it clear that he's not here to be a stepping stone. He admits he didn't do enough in their first meeting, but promises a very different outcome in the rematch. His team has studied Davis's patterns and adjusted their preparation to match the stakes. Lamont's energy now feels sharper, less cautious, and more aggressive. He's not intimidated by the spotlight anymore. This time, he's fighting not only for victory, but for respect.
I'm here with Lamont Roach. We're here at Fanatics Fest. What's going on with you, champ? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Feeling great.
I know you got that fight coming up. The rumors is out sometime August, September. Are you currently in training camp right now?
I actually leave out for camp next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
How you feeling going into the rematch, champ?
Like a champ, like I'm supposed to. I've been in the gym. I've been ready. Time to ramp it up, kick it in gear, and get right to work.
I'm asking you a quick question about the fight. The first fight with Tank. What did you see in that fight that can help you propel into the next fight?
I saw all I needed to see in that first fight. Trust me. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. Obviously, I didn't do enough to win, so I'm gonna make sure we do more than enough.
Kenny Ellis has seen it all from inside Davis's camp, and while he gives credit to Roach's effort in training, he draws a clear line between gym hype and ring reality. According to Ellis, sparring footage and flashy workouts mean little when the punches start flying. Davis's strength lies in his resilience under pressure, his ability to recover, adapt, and fight with heart. For Ellis, that's what sets Tank apart from others. Training prepares the body, but fights are won with mindset and willpower.
Some great pad work that Gervonta Davis has put up. He put up a message as well, and I feel like it's great for the promotion because there's a lot of things going on in boxing. So he put I'll put him on a flatbed in Harlem Hospital. Yeah, I told them we rumbling.
Dang, I didn't see that one.
Crazy message. I see that a lot of people not really talk about that. This fight March 1st, I see Lamont working out a lot in the gym with his father, with a whole bunch of coaches up in Florida. Do you see a different Lamont Roach coming into this fight?
No, I don't. It's I tell people all the time, no offense, this is not a Lamont Roach, but a fighter can do everything in the gym, man. They can do their push-ups, their pull-ups, they can run 10 miles a day, they can eat their diet, they can change their diet, they can do everything right, but it have to be in your DNA to take pain. You know what I'm saying?
Back, many believe Davis didn't show his full capabilities in their first meeting, whether due to distractions, a poor game plan, or lack of urgency. The version of Tank seen that night didn't match the one fans know now. With his name on the line, Davis is tightening every screw. He wants this rematch to be a declaration, not just a victory, but a reminder of who he truly is in the ring. This time, he's not just fighting Lamont, he's fighting doubt.
Tank out here selling under 150,000 pay-per-views, you kidding me? Oh man, Face of Boxing, yeah, turn that shit off. Yeah, we shutting that shit down. Every single time. Does Shakur really want to fight Tank? I think Shakur could sell a bit more with somebody else. Especially in Saudi, I feel like they can find him a dancing partner that'll do a little bit better than 150,000. Okay, I get it. This is why PBC delayed this fight for what, 5 months? Y'all ain't want to pay this motherfucker because y'all know he can't sell. I mean, this should have been evident. If you do the math, Tank has never been that great of a pay-per-view draw. He sold over 300K twice now in his career. He sold over 300K with Ryan Garcia. That's obvious. Ryan's the bigger star. And then he sold over 300 with Martin. He sold about 325. But when we put it in perspective, that Frank Martin fight was a comeback fight after a year layoff, so it was always going to sell. Every comeback fight's going to sell. It was one of the first pay-per-views on Amazon's new PBC deal, so they were really trying to push it. And then he had David Benavidez as the co-main event with Gary Russell and Alberto Puello under them. You take away all those factors that this wasn't a comeback fight. David Benavidez isn't the co-main event, and Amazon has now been in the game for over a year. It makes sense it only sold 150. I know there's gonna be a couple of you guys in the comments. No, it sold 500K. Don't be so gullible. They didn't sell 500K. I don't know if Tank's a top. Well, I know for a fact he's not a top 5 draw in the sport of boxing anymore. Well. He's not selling pay-per-views. Bivol better BF just triple him. Well, Jerry, their pay-per-views are cheaper. Don't matter. All that matters is who has more eyes watching him, and Bivol and better BF do. Tank does not.
Davis has rebuilt his camp from the inside out, calling back his most trusted coaches and team members. This inner circle helped shape him into a champion before, and now they're tasked with refining his edge from smarter conditioning routines to situational sparring drills. Davis is addressing every weakness from the last fight. His preparation now feels holistic and mature, built not on hype, but on humility. He's showing that true greatness means knowing when to reset and evolve.
Was anybody else who is a Tank Gervonta Davis fan nervous watching that fight last night? I was nervous after probably the third round. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. Here's the thing. I think we all know Tank didn't take this fight as serious as he should have. In the post-fight press conference, he said he didn't know what round it was. He said he lost track of the rounds. Like, that's not like him to do that. But I think he went in with the same game plan he typically does, where he just wears these guys down and then kind of baits them into just a crazy uppercut counter. And if you saw in the 11th and 12th round, he was going for it, but he couldn't connect it because this Lamont Roach guy, he's fast, he's quick. And as a Baltimore native, I wanted Tank to win. I wanted him to win. The whole Be More DC thing, I wanted him to win. I don't know if y'all saw when Tank was getting his hands wrapped, he was yawning. He didn't take it serious. But one silver lining is that he's probably not retiring now. He's got to take that rematch. And here's the thing, when he takes that rematch, when they do fight again, this fight, Tank's going to win this handily. He'll probably win it in the 7th or 8th. But yeah, it wasn't a draw. Tank lost that fight. He took a knee. Strategically, he took a knee. But he took a knee. Tank lost that fight, unfortunately. But I'm excited for that rematch. I feel like it's probably going to be the most watched boxing match in history.
In the first fight, one strange moment caught attention: Davis's unexpected fall, which insiders claim was caused by hair product irritants getting into his eyes. This wasn't a result of poor conditioning or a power shot, but rather a freak incident that changes how the narrative is viewed. If true, it suggests Davis's stumble was a technical oversight rather than a breakdown in skill. The fix is simple, but the lesson is important. Preparation means controlling every small variable for Gervonta Davis. The rematch is about more than a belt or a paycheck. It's about identity. The first fight cast doubts over his dominance, and critics began to question whether he was still the unstoppable force of old. Davis is aware of that conversation and is using it as fuel. A commanding win won't just silence doubters, it'll reestablish his image as boxing's elite. This is a moment where reputations are rebuilt or left behind.
People keep saying Lamont dang near beat Tank clean, basically we seen it, yeah, he did Tank that one, but Tank was limping out the ring. Bro, he didn't even get over on Tank for real. Y'all only saying that because Tank took the knee. And when Tank took the knee, it wasn't how Ryan Garcia was when he took the knee once Tank went to his body. It was dang, I'm taking him and get right back up. Can you do that in boxing? No. But y'all can't say that basically that, oh yeah, he won because of the knee. That shows that people just want to see Tank lose, bro. Cause y'all betting y'all money on basically Tank losing because of that knee. Yes, it was a good fight. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Lamont was defending himself he's skilled. But bro, he ain't walk all over Tank. Tank, bro, if y'all go back and watch the highlights, I just watched the highlights last night. Them last couple of rounds, bro, Lamont was balled up. Tank was literally, he was trying, you could tell Tank was dang, I waited too long. So he was trying to throw some stuff to make sure he get that one blow, but it didn't work. So that's why they're doing that rematch, so they could start over from scratch, round 1 to round 12. We gonna start over clean and let's see what's going on now. Now y'all want to be saying, oh no, man, I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, the first fight is what matters. No, it don't. Tank was, look, he real enough to say, hey, bro, let's do a rematch. Now, if he ain't do a rematch, it's like, oh yeah, something going on. Nah, hush, hush. Hey, Calvin, step to the side. Let me get somebody else right now. I'm gonna be hush. Let me get back in the gym and put my hat on. And we go at it again.
Even though the result didn't favor Davis, flashes of his brilliance were on full display. His fast hands, accurate counters, and defensive movement created problems for Roach. Early on, experts say the real issue wasn't ability, it was maintaining focus over the course of the fight. If Davis can stretch those strong rounds into a full performance, the rematch could look very different. Team Davis hasn't denied that their original strategy was solid, they just didn't execute it properly. Instead of creating a whole new plan, they're choosing to sharpen what already worked on paper by identifying Roach's habits and movement tendencies. They're now tweaking key pressure points and finishing combinations. This refined approach doesn't abandon the old. It upgrades it. Davis is coming in smarter, not necessarily different, and that could be the advantage that changes everything.
Are you willing and able?
You know, a lot of people gearing up to this fight, I feel like more people, like boxing heads, are giving more respect to this fight. Then you have all these other fights. You know, you got the Shakurs and the Floyd Schofields. You got Teofimo might be entertaining a fight with Richardson Hitchens. You got Devin Haney fighting Jose Ramirez. When you look at Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, among all those other fights, like, do you feel like this, as a boxing fan, is just more of a competitive, like, get off your seat type of fight?
Yeah, like I said, Roach always been at the top of the game in the amateurs and the pros. He's a world champion right now, and he got skill, and everybody know Tank, what he coming with.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people didn't know Roach a few months ago, but they did their research now, and they say, oh, this motherfucker can rumble. So now that people eyebrows going up,
Why do you believe he's so underrated? Do you believe it's because of him being a champion at 130 pounds?
No, a lot of times it got a lot to do how people promote themselves too. You know what I mean? Promotion got a lot to do with it. If people don't know you, they just don't know you.
Right.
He just laid back. He just a laid back kid, man.
Davis's strength has always been his patience. He doesn't rush, he watches. That patience, combined with his ability to explode with power at the right moment, makes him a nightmare for opponents. Analysts like Teddy Atlas consider him a complete fighter, not just powerful but strategic. The first fight surprised many as Roach held his own despite the size disadvantage. Instead of being overpowered, he stood his ground and landed clean shots. That performance gave Roach confidence, but it also woke up Davis. The rematch carries a different energy. Now fans know Roach can take Tank's power, and Roach knows it too. The question is whether Tank can raise his intensity and dominate the way people originally expected. That's the challenge he's preparing to answer. Heeding nobody, and I repeat,
nobody, and I repeat, nobody likes ties in a damn boxing fight, bro. A tie? Are you kidding me? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like around round 8 or 9, that was going crazy. Like it was back and forth and everything, but like, come on now, stop it. Stop. Davis was supposed to get that fight, bro. He was supposed to win, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like, who's ever in charge, bro, if it ends in a tie, y'all are going to immediately fight until somebody gets knocked out. Simple as that. Whoever falls first loses. It is that simple, bro. It is that simple. Because if they do a rematch and it's lamer than this fight, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So you might as well fight immediately right after that. Like what are we doing? A tie? Cap. I call